Improving at chess from beginner to intermediate has been one of the easiest things that I've done. Okay, it took me 6 weeks to do this. And so let me just show you a proof for this. All right, so here is the proof. Like, yes, I was struggling. I was stuck for the first like half a year. But after this, I've made some very specific changes. Take a look at this, 736. This is the exact day that I've made these changes. Okay, and from there, all the way up into 1300, 1400, okay, in the span of 2 months, basically from the beginning of July to the end of August. And from there, I took a small break, but then I really leveled up again. This video is going to be a little bit different to other videos on the chess niche, because in this video, I'm not going to show you a specific tactic or a specific topic to learn. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to show you a concept, okay, a very clear concept that you need to understand in order to actually improve from beginner to intermediate. If you want, first link in the description, and I will take you personally into 1600 ELO in chess as fast as I possibly can. And so let's start right away. Here we have our first position for this video. Okay, I'm going to show you another example soon, but here's the first one so you could really get this straight. White just took on e5. There was a pawn there, he took. Okay, the rest of the example doesn't matter. This is the very instructional part of it. He was thinking, okay, I have a threat on my knight, but I can basically delay the threat by simply threatening his queen as well. Okay, so he moved his bishop then from c8 to g4. This is a blunder. I want you to ask yourself, why is this a blunder? The thought that black had is seemingly correct, but he neglected something very, very clear, which is that if you are as white, in this position, you can just take the queen and take the other queen. And then you can take this knight, okay? So you're not actually threatening the queen or delaying the need to actually evacuate this knight away. And that led him to lose material in this example. And so what white had done is he did bishop takes on c6, damaging the pawn structure, and then you have done queen to d8, rook takes, and now he ended up being just in an advantage of a full knight if you're a beginner right now. And I would say that this problem of losing a lot of material due to blunders, that is the main reason a lot of beginners are getting stuck as beginners. Like my example, okay, where I was stuck as a beginner, it was basically these one movers where you're not that focused and suddenly you make them and the entire game ends up losing because of them. That is the problem that a lot of beginners are making. I've had one, by the way, myself, where my opponent just blundered like 12 points of material in one move, and that is very common in beginner levels especially. So let me now show you the second example. So White has just done the move pawn to g3. Why is black so much better? He has pawns that are more advanced. He has a bishop for a knight, okay? In chess, we consider bishops to be better than knights. This is another reason why black is better. He has pawns that are more advanced, and he has a pawn advantage, okay? So he's clearly winning from this example. But now, I want you to think of for a moment, you are black, okay? What is the move that you're doing? And when you're doing this, I want you to think a little bit differently than you're used to usually. I want you to focus your attention, not just to a very certain part on the board right now. I want you to focus on the whole board entirely. And so you see this problem, okay? And you're again focusing on the whole board, not just a certain part. And you see two things that are very, very clearly happening on the board right now. Okay, you have a pawn which is threatening a bishop, and you have a rook which is threatening a pawn. You might be thinking, oh, but what if I move my pawn here, and then my pawn is gonna be right here on f3, and then I can threaten checkmate. But it doesn't work, because again, you need to focus on the entire board and what your opponent is likely to do in response. When your opponent is here, okay, and you basically use the bishop as a decoy, he can now slide the rook back. And now he's in a knight advantage in the endgame, which is basically completely winning for white. Now you know why this is a blunder. Black simply lost the bishop, and now after pawn to here, you simply slide the rook back. As simple as it is, okay, and you're completely winning, okay? This position is winning entirely for black. I want you to run a small experiment, okay? Just go to the archive, okay? Go to home to the homepage, see and open up in your browser 5 games that you've played recently, and just see if blunders exist there. If they exist more than once, it is the reason that you're still stuck in this phase as a chess beginner, okay? And once you really stop this, you're really going to see major improvements. Now, hopefully you understand, okay, blunders are the mistake. How do we actually solve them? We do it very simply. Before you make a move, every move of chess, you ask yourself a few questions, okay? The more that we do this, it's going to be repetitive, and the more repetitive it becomes, it's going to naturally make you better in doing this. For example, before black basically blundered, let's move for a moment for black's position, okay? So we just get it better. So we ask ourselves, okay, how can we improve our own position? This is for the opening, so that you play as principled as you possibly could. How can we damage our opponent's position? And is it a blunder? Okay, 3 questions, it's all it is. So I see this position as black, okay, and I think, okay, how can I improve my position? And then I think, okay, maybe I move my knight here or here. Here it looks better because it just threatens then the knight and the bishop. It looks like it gains a little bit more space for us. And by the way, just to understand, to make sure you understand, this knight is pinned to the king by this bishop, okay? So it's completely fine to put your knight here. This is one thing that I'm thinking about. Other things are like moving the knight here. And is the type of stuff that I'm basically thinking about. Okay, so I think how can I improve my position? And then I come to ideas like moving the knight here or here, maybe putting the bishop here, okay? Again, like black was thinking. Can I damage my opponent's position? Not really, at least not yet, okay? Let's say I consider this move and I ask, is it a blunder? And when you get the answer yes, you discard the blunder completely, because if you're gonna put the bishop here, threatening the queen, guess what white is going to do? It's just going to take the queen here, okay? And after the rook takes, is going to take the knight here. And now we've lost piece. So it is a blunder, so we're not going to do it. This knight is under threat. How can we improve it? The only eligible move for this is this. It's knight to d5. This is how you basically improve, okay? Trying to constantly ask yourself these 3 questions. How can I improve my own position? How can I damage my opponent's position? And is it a blunder? And you do this for this point, and then you're gonna get moves that are fine. Maybe you sometimes get blunders, but it is not near as common as before. And that is when you're gonna get huge hero jumps just like here. Before you make the move like pawn to f4, you're gonna ask yourself, can I really improve my position? Not really, okay? I'm still already a lot better. Can I damage my opponent's position? Not really as well. But I think if I'm doing this, okay, and I basically sack the bishop, okay, and he takes here, I could put my pawn here, okay? And then I could threaten checkmate. Is it a blunder? Yes, it is a blunder because, again, the rook can come back. But the more that you ask yourself these questions, then it's going to be a lot simpler to prevent blunders and basically improve in chess as a whole. So to sum up, this is what you should try to do in these games. Basically, before every move, you ask these 3 thought question proofs. And you can do them right away after this video. If you want, you can consider clicking on the sub button, and I would be here for the next time you're gonna sit on your desktop to watch more chess videos, okay, that are without the fluff and actually are what you're supposed to use in order to improve. And you have also the first link in the description, and there I will take you to 1600 ELO in chess from beginner levels, okay? And I'm basically going to save you like a year of improving. So now I have some action steps that I want you to feel. Okay, so the first one is write the thought question process that we've talked about down. How can I improve my own position? How can I hurt my opponent's position? And is it a blunder? You write it on a piece of paper. And why is this? You're writing it and you're sticking it somewhere very, very close for the next time that you're going to play chess against other players and also against other bots. And you're going to look to the side and it literally exists in front of you and you will naturally think about it more often. This is the first thing. Second thing is literally to just play versus bots. Here, what we want you to do is basically practice the thought question process. No need for more than 3 bots, but play this specifically versus bots that are better than you. And why do we want bots that are better than you? They are going to pick more on the blunders that you are making, okay? And that is what we're trying to achieve in this video. This is the thing, play versus 3 bots. Third thing is actually to now test it against other people, just going into your rapid games and playing versus people, as simple as it sounds. Okay, usually you're playing like 10 minutes games if you're honest. Improve that time length from 10 minutes into 30 minutes. This is the best time control for chess games, okay, especially rapid games, because now you really need to improve your thought question process, and your opponent is a lot likelier to pick on you when you make blunders. You're going to increase the accuracy of your play due to this. These are the action steps. Thank you for watching. Again, the subscribe button is right there, and the description is for you to become 1600 as fast as we possibly can take you there. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.